Well, on Instagram, like when they're showing the new update for the Foster Pavilion with Scott Drew and Nikki Collin, apparently a Kim Mulkey lover responded, "Bring Kim back." Well, Dre Edwards was not having any of that. She said, "We good with Coach Nikki, thanks." The other responses person responded, "Nikki has no rings." Dre Edwards says, "It's okay, we'll have one next year. Bet on it. Bye now." The other person responded, "Talking to me like I'm not a Baylor fan?" Crying emoji, like praying emoji. Dre Edwards said, "How are you a Baylor fan but not supporting my coach? Just stop it. That's weird behavior." The other person responded, "Cause Kim, my coach growing up, no disrespect to Nikki, but Kim is a Baylor girl, and there's no argument there." I actually would argue one other on that. It's simple. Felicia Mulkey. She's got more titles. But this is besides the point on that. I love her responses. Dre's responses. She's so right. It's been 2 years now. Get over yourselves. That Kim left. And I even thanked Dre Edwards right after the fact. Because, look, we all need to move on. I know that I have. Ever since Kim left. And ever since Baylor hired Nikki Collin. Because it's no use in crying over spilt milkshakes. Yes, I said milkshakes, not milk. But either way, it doesn't really matter. Because we seriously need to get over it. If you're so in love with Kim Mulkey, go to LSU. We don't need you. Because truth is, we need loyal fans and not t-shirt fans. And it doesn't really matter who the head coach is. For any sport, we need to support that coach as much as possible. Seriously. This is an example right here that these players notice the fake fans out there. So, you better listen up to Dre Edwards on this. All you Nikki Collin haters. And you know what's crazy is? She won a Big 12 title with the depleted roster 2 years ago. This past year, I know 20-13 is not ideal, around a 32 again, but you got to take everything in consideration what happened. First of all, we had injuries occur, especially to Asia Blackwell, and she's coming back. And we just never had Dre Edwards either because of that stupid Kentucky women's basketball coach on the waiver deal, not signing it. That's two. We had a lot of new faces. It's the truth. But here's the fortunate news. We're only going to get stronger. We did lose Kendra Gillespie to the transfer portal, but she was just a depth piece, if anything. And of course, granted, Caitlin Bickle's gone, and Jimmy Asbury as well. But we added 3 transfers. I know the other 2 have not signed yet, but I would assume they do. And we'll get up to a 14-player roster. We could go 10 deep next year. So, we seriously need to cut all that out on what Dre's calling out here in terms of a Kim Mulkey lover. Because, like I said, players notice the fake fans more than anything. Even Caitlin Bickle in the past has done that to people. So, this is just another example right here. It's been 2 years now. Move on with your lives. There's no use in looking back when you could cry over all that smelt milkshakes you want. But in the end of the day, it doesn't help you to do that. And what's crazy is Nikki Collin 2 years, despite depleted rosters, 48-20. Any Everybody would take that in a heartbeat, especially when you consider winning a Big 12 title in a regular season in their first year and got to the championship game the second year. I mean, that year as well, the Big 12 tournament championship game. So I already know I'm very excited for next year, but we gotta hold off until when the season's coming around the corner with all those practices, and hopefully we will not have injury issues. We shouldn't have waiver issues either, because all those transfers are first-time transfers. So I'm just want to point this out to everybody. That way we could stop if possible, because seriously, it's just getting ridiculous. Because you just can't accept that she left. The thing is, there's a reason why Kim left. It's not because Kim wanted to move on, because supposedly she was having such a big ego at the very end that she wanted a floor named after her, a statue. She was not liking that new basketball pavilion, Foster Pavilion, off campus too. I mean, there's other reasons, and she and Mac Rhodes did not see eye to eye at the very end. So seriously. Anyways, if you like this content, like and subscribe, and see you guys later. 5 subscribers are on the road to it. Let's go. And I'm sorry about that rain at the very end. It's just beyond the truth. It's been 2 years. Deal with it and move on, so we can enjoy Baylor women's basketball and not have to do that comparison game. Both of them, though, both Kim Mulkey and Nikki Collin, are apples to oranges here. They're totally different people, personality-wise, scheme-wise. I mean, there's big difference between the two.